Hey guys, welcome back to Insomnia, episode 362. I am your host, Ramon, and I got my lovely co-host here with me.
What's up, guys? GAMMAL'S also here. How you guys doing? The one and only.
And usually Gamal does this introduction for our guests, but I'm gonna take over for today, just because what this guy's what this guy's done for Daily Insomnia is
Numbers.
you can't really put it in a box.
You can put a value on it.
You can't put a value.
It's priceless.
When I think of Mexican comic, when I think of my number one in the city, there's only one person that comes to mind.
Ooh.
And that is Oscar Cabacar. Before he says something, don't say anything yet. Don't say anything. Stay in the shadows. Stay in the shadows a little bit longer. Oscar for us is how would I say this?
The pioneer?
No, critical to what we've become in the future, right?
Yeah.
Because we started this podcast not having any comedians on. We've had this podcast trying to get into the world of comedy. Mm-hmm. And one guy, when the bat, signal went out, came.
Yeah.
This guy drove an hour from whatever he was at the moment to our little studio in Belvedere. Mm-hmm. And from him, we got connected to Cam Flores. We got connected to Lobo Den Podcast, Renee,
Marcos
Ruben, all the comics that are out here, all the people that we've come to associate with. If it wasn't for him, we're not here. If it wasn't for Oscar, we're probably not in Chicago.
Right.
Realistically speaking.
Let's be honest. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when I think of my favorite comic that is Mexican, that I consider a Mexican comic, not that he does Mexican comedy, but just our number one nopal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what I like to call it. Well, our number one nopal.
Number one cactus for the
Number one cactus, dude. There's nobody better than Oscar Cabacar. Welcome back.
Everybody clap their hands. Everybody clap.
Hey, I'll even clap. Hey, thank you.
It's been a while. Hey, it's almost a year and we finally got you in the studio, dude.
Oh yeah.
Where you been all life?
I think the last time I did the podcast was like 2021 or something like that.
Yeah, dude, it's been a minute.
You were smashed.
Yeah.
You're the only guy to fall asleep in the podcast.
Well, I was drinking that morning, and then I took like a 1 hour nap, and I drove all the way to Rockford
To do a show.
to do the show, and then from there we went to the podcast. So I haven't drinking the whole morning.
Yeah.
But I just took like an hour nap. And
I want to show the picture of you just fucking
We'll find it.
But it's like an hour 25 drive all the way out there. Yeah. I've just been doing the same thing, bro. Just trying to do shows, comedy. You know,
Well, you're a different man, though. You're a different man than when we had you last in 2023 or 2022.
No, literally the same guy.
What do you mean?
But I mean, like style-wise.
Almost. Okay, style-wise.
It's like you haven't aged.
I have
you lost weight.
I mean,
Yeah.
I have
hella
aged.
weight.
Yeah. You lean out. You lean out.
Good.
I lost I lost 40 pounds at a certain point.
Damn.
I've since gained like 13 pounds back.
Okay.
But this is like my
Still
normal
win.
W.
Still
This
win.
is like my normal weight, but yeah, it was a certain point in 2021, even after the podcast, where I got to weigh 208.
208.
God damn.
208, which was the most that I ever weighed. And then so 2021 was when I did the last podcast that I was on the way there.
Yeah.
Was it really 2021, dude?
Probably, dude.
I
Probably,
think so.
probably,
I think-
man. I wouldn't doubt it.
What happened to the rest of the time?
COVID.
No, I don't know.
That was after COVID, dude.
And then the latest it was 2022. The latest it could have been because I remember the apartment I was living at the time, and we moved out of there 2022. So the latest it could have been was 2022.
Yeah.
But I think it was 2021, and yeah. And then like about a year and a half later, I was finally weighing 168. So I lost 40 pounds.
Oh, wow.
And then, but my regular level of weight is like 175 to like 182 around there. So that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, dude. You're one of those people, man, that when we see, dude, it's like I enjoy seeing you.
Oh, thank you.
I enjoy running into Oscar. When it comes,
We hope we do.
yeah, because it's
Every
like
day of my life.
like just a lot of don't get me wrong. There's just comics that I enjoy seeing, that I enjoy running to, but you're one of our what I could at least consider like our boys.
Yeah.
Like when I go like, fucking look who it is. It's fucking Oscar. Dude.
Yeah.
You know, for you, it's like it's you. It's Kevin. You cannot not run into Kevin.
Kevin's everywhere.
Yeah, Kevin's everywhere.
Yeah, Kevin's that.
You know what I mean? You run into Kevin.
He lives in Lincoln Lounge.
Louise is another guy. Ruben, like those are the people that we run into, and we're like, look at this, man. It's one of our boys.
Yeah.
And you're just kind of like like I said, man, you're almost like the Rican Guadalupe, dude.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Like I kind of
show up when we need you, dude.
Yeah, dude. You kind of show we need you the most, dude. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And no, dude. Like I said, man, you've been killing it, dude. Like I said, I think you're, the number one Mexican comic in the city. No offense to Ruben.
No, I don't know. I mean, first of all, Ruben's not from the city. He's from Jolie.
Yeah,
start with that. No. I mean, Ruben's killing the game, and
Ruben's killing it in his own right. But
I respect OG, so I would never, even if I think so, I would never publicly say that I'm better than Jaime de Leon or Chovia Gomez and stuff like that. Because I respect OGs, and they're always gonna be on top of me.
It's different. It's different because the way I look at you, man.
I
think I can put you in a Mexican heavy crowd, and you would kill. And I could put you on a white heavy crowd.
I seen it.
And you would kill.
No, I killed in front of Muslim crowds, bro.
Yeah.
No way, really?
Yeah, a couple times. Yeah.
Okay. One, two.
No, there used to be a comedian named Mona Burmashan. I think she's in Palestine right now. And she used to run the show. She used to run the show in the South Side, and it was like a hookah bar full of like women in burqas.
Yeah.
I remember I went and did that show, and it was all Muslims, and it was just me, and like, fuck. Nah, they
were Muslim, dude.
They all vibe with me, bro. They all laughed and shit like that, so it was fine. And then there's another show that they do in the North Side between by like Foster and Lincoln, and now they do get a very diverse crowd. They get like a lot of like black people, Latinos, and Muslims and stuff like that. They get but the producers are Muslims. And I always do well there. So it's.
I mean, I see you in a white crowd in Belvedere, dude, at a pizza shop that closed down actually last year.
Yeah.
And he killed it.
Yeah.
The first 3-4 openers, damn, very tough. Honestly, it's comedy in the suburbs, right?
Yeah.
Comedy up north, very, very. It's lacking, honestly. But Oscar came in, cleaned it up, dude.
Yeah. Like, answer me this question, bro. Do you still get nervous? Because it doesn't seem like you do get nervous.
You know what? The thing that makes me nervous the most, I would say, is when there's people I know. Mm-hmm. If it's like a regular audience just there, and I don't know anybody personally in my life, no, I'm not nervous anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get nervous anymore. I just, maybe if I go up first, I get a little nervous because I still don't know the crowd yet. Yeah. But if I go up like second or third and the first comedian already did well or the first comedian already did bad, then I already know what to expect.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they didn't like this or they like that. And I don't get nervous anymore. And don't get me wrong, I love the people that I know in my personal life that go to my shows, and I appreciate them with all my heart. But yes, it is a little harder when you go and do a show and my sister's in the front row and this guy I went to high school with is right here in this table right here. It's a little different because you feel the judgment more. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And I've had good experiences, though. Most of the time, they're just, oh, you were funny or you were like this. But before it, I still get nervous a little bit before that.
Yeah.
Do you rather follow a bad set for someone else and you come in knowing that you're going to do good? Or you rather follow someone that did good?
I'd rather follow someone that did good. Like, if someone murdered, like, destroyed, then it's really hard to follow. But I would rather follow someone that did kind of good, did a little good. If someone did bad, the only way I would like following them is if there was other comedians before that person that did good. Because then I know, like, it's not the crowd. It's this guy or this girl was garbage. So I'm not worried about that because I know I'm not going to be garbage. Or at least I think I'm not going to be garbage, right? But if it's like the first comedian and he does bad, then after that, I'm like, I'm still worried because I'm like, shit, I don't know if the crowd is good or if the comedian was bad. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But honestly, like, I would rather follow someone that already has the crowd warm up, that was doing well. And obviously, it's harder to follow someone that just bombed completely because the room is like, they don't know what's going on or they lost trust on the show already. But yeah, no, I would rather follow someone that did good, not someone necessarily that destroyed,
Yeah.
What do you mean, like, lost trust in the show?
Because I feel like
enthusiasm.
Like, no. There's a lot of people that go to comedy shows that I feel that have never been to a comedy show. They're not sure. Is it gonna be good? Is it gonna be bad? And then they go up, and the first comedian is bad. They're like, oh, I made a mistake coming out here. You know, like
I should have spent that $5.
So they lost the trust in the show already.
Okay,
you know,
okay,
like,
okay.
and I've seen it happen, bro. Like when I like in show, specifically like at 2 different shows that I done, both of them years ago, but it was like the first 2 comedians did bad, and the crowd was like, at that point, the crowd was like, I'm just gonna wait out the show, and I saw really good comedians come after that would normally kill with those sets, and the crowd wasn't into it anymore. You know, they just didn't want to be part of the show no more. And I'm like, you know, the crowd lost trust in the show.
Now, were these shows more like kind of like bar shows, or were they actually like,
Well,
you know, set up like little venues?
Well,
like
one of them was at the I want to say this was 2017. One of them was at the there's a little, like, it's not the Annoyance Theater, but it's like 5 buildings down from the Annoyance Theater. It's right there on Belmont and between Sheffield and Clark. And it's a theater too, but I forgot the name of it. But it's around the corner from the big theater. And then that was like a regular show, and I don't know why, but it's just like, and there was good comedians too, but it just, as soon as the first 2 comedians didn't do well, like the crowd just didn't laugh at anything. So like the next 4 or 5 days, everyone just bombed, and it was like, you know what, it was crazy because I was like, after the first 2 comedians didn't do well, there's this comedian named Mickey Housley who, I'm not sure if he's in Chicago anymore, but he's hilarious. I kind of told the producer, like, put Mickey Housley next, dude, so the audience could regain the confidence on the show.
Yeah.
But the producer didn't want to change the lineup anymore. And then like other comedians went up, I went up, and even Mickey Housley went up at the end, and nobody did well. And I was like, maybe if they had just listened to me and put Mickey Housley up earlier, you know?
Yeah.
kind of the little Hail Mary. To kind
No,
of
I think the lineup always matters, man. Every time we do a show, we always, especially the comics that we know already.
Yeah.
You know, I never start with a slow starter.
No.
I always like to start with somebody who's going to bring up the energy. And then second person who goes up, it can kind of be more of a person who's a little bit more like, you know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different philosophies.
Yeah.
And I'm of that philosophy that you are. But there's a lot of philosophy, like comedians, they try to put like what they think are the best comedians all at the end. And then like they start with the worst one. Not necessarily the worst one, but who they think is the worst one.
Yeah.
And slowly put whoever they think is better one by one.
Yeah.
I always feel like you got to put your second or third best comedian right up front.
For sure.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Warm
Like,
up the crowd. Dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Get the juices flowing, man.
There's just different philosophies.
Yeah.
And I just think sometimes that's what happens.
Well, it depends. Well, I think it depends because if you're just trying to do a straight just comedy show, just stand up, I mean, that's kind of like always been the thing, right? The best person's a headliner.
Yeah. But no,
Versus,
We still keep our, not, I mean, I wouldn't say always, but at least usually we still keep like the heavy hitter at the end.
yeah, you
Right.
should.
But we like to start somebody who high energy to begin with,
Yeah.
where you can bring it back down. We never have 2 comics doing the same type of comedy,
Right.
right? So we never have like 2 Latino comics back to back, because I think that's just 30 minutes of Latino comedy,
yeah.
right?
When half the room is white, dude. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
you know, we want, you know, if we have like, for example, let's say we have Luis start, and you're on the same, you're in the same lineup.
Yeah.
We can't have you go right back.
Yeah.
We'll have whoever is in between. You know,
No diversity. No
yeah.
diversity. You know
The only thing that we do that GAMMAL'S
heavy. I
heavy
believe
on. If there's a black comic on our show,
He's going last.
he's going.
He's gonna fucking murder it.
GAMMAL
I
puts
seen
him.
it.
GAMMAL puts him last every single time.
I'm like 5 for 5, 6 for 6 on that, dude. The fucking crowd loves him, dude.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna stick with that
No,
philosophy.
there's a lot of
dude.
talented black comics in the city.
Yeah, great.
And,
dude. I'm gonna
yeah.
stick with that. I'm gonna stick with it, dude. But here's the thing, because our room is predominantly white.
Yeah.
You know, a couple Latinos here and there. Probably maybe a couple black folks every time.
Yeah.
A couple Asians here and there too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Dude,
saying?
we had our last comedy show we had with Demon Hour. You know Rambo, right?
Who?
Rambo.
No.
Alex Rambos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's our producer, so he produces the show now with us. We can make it. But we had him do the Chicago Pope.
Yeah.
So we had him dress up as the Pope. He came in,
Bears jacket.
bear jacket. He did the whole
The
bit
Chicago
as the
accent.
Pope.
Yeah, he did a bit. Okay.
Fucking killed it, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking killed it, dude. I mean, and then Demon Hour, as it is based off, you know, the Catholic religion, right? There's a confession, it's all of this shit
Okay.
that we do. So a lot of it comes from the Catholic base.
Yeah.
So when we, obviously now perfect time where the Pope is
from the South Side
from
Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah.
My boy came in and fucking killed it. And moving forward, it's probably gonna be a bit going on to the next show, because this is fucking murdered. But why did I bring that up?
We're talking about the different energies, like the different.
Different energy. It's like
shows.
it's a nice separation from the show because Demon Hour, end of the day, we have the comics do up their, they come do their 8-10 minutes, and then the second half of the show it is the confession, and that's what we care about.
Yeah.
The first 8 minutes is just for
that's what distinguishes the show from other shows, right?
Yeah.
We just want people to get to know the comic that's going to be on the show.
Yeah.
But overall, for us, what matters for me is the confession segment.
Doesn't mean we don't want you to have an amazing set.
Yeah.
I mean, you have an amazing set. You're setting yourself up for success when it comes down to the Demon Hour.
And a lot of people have redeemed themselves. They had a terrible set.
Yeah.
And they come on to the Demon Hour segment.
Fucking kill
and
it.
then they fucking kill it.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of it.
A couple people could kill both. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Amazing. I'm saying you do that. That's great.
This guy over here.
Okay.
Dude, right now, dude, all we're doing is this to you right now.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, no. You gotta grab the balls.
Oh, yeah. You grab the balls. You grab the balls.
Okay.
I'll stay up here. I'll stay up here.
Yeah.
Hey, you see? 2 hands.
I'm not complaining about it. You know what I mean? I'm not against this. I'm pro this.
Hey, but don't lick his Gucci. He gets mad, right?
No, we're not doing that.
You weirdo.
We're not doing that. I'm not pro that. I'm anti that. I'm anti that.
Because you haven't had it done right, dude. That's why, dude.
I haven't done that at all.
I know. I'm pushing for it, dude.
Yeah.
And then-
We'll find something.
I want Gucci licked and healthcare.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at right now. Politically speaking, all right?
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Nah, man, that's what's great to fucking see you, dude.
You know, Oscar's a little tipsy when you start seeing his eyes.
Dude.
I see.
I've always had small license since I was in high school. People always thought I was high, and I've never been a heavy weed smoker.
I know, but
I've never been a heavy weed smoker. Even in high school, which is probably the time that I smoked the most weed.
Yeah.
But even then,
I probably smoked like once every 2-3 weeks at that time. And people will call me high times. There was a group of high times because they thought I was always high, but that's because of my eyes are like when I'm sleepy or when I drink a little or stuff like that. My eyes get real. My eyes get real small for some reason.
I saw that one picture, dude, from the last podcast. Literally the last podcast, my guy.
Yeah, dude, you literally fell asleep on a podcast, dude.
I didn't fall asleep.
No,
but
Bro, your
Oscar,
brain shut down.
we literally had the video you going like this.
I'm like, dude, the crazy thing is we let you drive, dude.
I know. No. Wait. Slow down.
nah, I mean,
We told you to stay. Actually,
we told you we still kept we kept you around another hour.
Yeah. So you can sober up.
Yeah, we were like, we'll let him sober up for an hour.
sober up drinking Modelo's.
Yeah. Water.
But then we're like, then we'll kick him out. You know what I mean? But no, we waited. We were like, you know what? My boy's fucking.
Nah, I mean,
Willie right now,
there's
dude.
been days where I blacked out and I've driven home and I'm like, how did I get home? That day
Allegedly.
that day allegedly, of course, yeah.
Allegedly,
That day I remember everything, so I know like.
Oh, damn.
So I know it was good. So I like
if Rambo
So I know
was
it was
here,
good.
if Rambo was here, we would pull up the video on this right now,
we'll pull up the picture,
because it's so funny, dude. It's so funny, dude. It's literally you. We're having a conversation. I have no idea.
I've seen a couple videos of it. I've seen a couple clips of it.
It's my
so
favorite thing. It's my favorite
But it's
thing.
clips, bro. We don't put those on the clips, dude.
That was a clip.
No, there's like
clip?
Yeah,
there's
oh,
like
I
one or
don't
two.
know.
There's one or two clips of that podcast you guys put up. And I seen the clip. Yeah, I look drunk. Yeah.
No. You were drunk, dude.
Yeah, allegedly.
Well, look, you were
Allegedly, I drove home like that. Allegedly.
allegedly.
Hour and a half. And still stopped by McDonald's.
I probably did. No, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember, but
Dude, so we were talking about soccer before this, right?
Okay.
So we were, me and him were going on a tantrum.
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah,
I'm soaking it all in.
Yeah, you're more in the shadows when it comes to the world soccer,
Yeah.
right? But I was saying that there's a Simpsons conspiracy.
Okay.
So I don't know if you guys know this about this at all, but the Simpsons have there's multiple things that they have put in their episodes
That they become
fruition,
true.
yeah.
Or people they say they become true. Yeah.
They become true, right? Like they I think they did Trump.
Being president.
They did COVID. COVID was one of
Yeah.
multiple things. I wish I had a list, but there's been multiple things that they have, prophesized. If you want to say it that way. You know what they prophesized for this World Cup? You know what the final is? No. Yes.
I know the game that you're talking
Argentina,
about.
Portugal?
No, I know the game you're talking about, but it was Mexico or Portugal, I think.
Mexico. And
That's the game you're talking about. Yeah,
they have Mexico and Portugal for this World Cup.
They didn't prophesize. There was a game in one episode where
No.
Yeah, where they go watch it.
I think it is the World Cup. It is not the World Cup 2026.
No. So this is a really old episode.
up.
It's still in my time when I used to watch The
I
Simpsons.
know it's old episode, but I'm
So
saying
it's an old episode where they bring a game to Springfield, and the commercial makes it seem like it's gonna be a real interesting game, and the people of Springfield go watch it.
Yeah.
But it's in Springfield, the game.
No, I know.
And
But
then
what is it?
Americans realize it's gonna be. They start getting bored and they start like a riot in the stands, and then even the Scottish guy, what's his name, Willie?
Really? Yeah.
Willie's like, they want to see what a soccer riot is like, and then he gets his Scottish friends and they start a whole riot because the game is boring to them.
Yeah.
So let me.
But I'm not sure if that was a World Cup final or anything like that.
So let me interfere, man. A popular fan theory suggests that Simpsons predict Mexico versus Portugal World Cup final in 2026 is false. The show did feature a promotional spot for a soccer match between the two nations, but did not specify a year or imply that it would be a final.
Okay.
Yeah, they did have that game.
They had a game.
But
Okay.
it came in 1997. Episode was called The Cartridge Family.
Okay.
1997.
1997.
Good time.
Okay. So
But it was used twice in the, the last couple of
let's throw a little bit of history into it, right?
Yeah.
So the best that Mexico's ever done in the World Cup has been in a Mexican World Cup
Yeah,
host.
both of them.
Both of them, right? So
70
the
and
round,
86.
the round of 16.
No,
Round 8.
Quarterfinals.
Yeah, round of 8.
quarterfinals, yeah.
So Mexico, that's the farthest that Mexico's ever gotten,
Right.
right? So so the next World Cup is being hosted in Canada, Mexico, and United States.
Yeah.
Right? The three countries we're sharing the hosting duties when it comes to that. Portugal just won the Nations League in Europe.
First time, right?
Right.
First time ever played, right?
First time for the Nations League.
No, they actually the second time.
Second
they won
time?
Nations
Second
League.
time?
Oh.
They won the very first one. I think it was 2019, and then they won this one.
Oh, so they're back to back. Okay.
No, not
So-
back to back. No. This is like the fourth tournament.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They played every other year now.
No. They won the Euro.
No.
Euro, yeah,
They
they won
also
the
won the
Euro,
Euro.
Yeah.
They also won the
It
Euro.
was okay.
They won the Euro in 2016. They won the original Nations League in 2019. Then France won in 2021. Spain won in 2023. And 2025 was Portugal.
Can you look this up before I'm talking? Can you see did he give the winner in that game
Who?
in the Simpsons show?
Winner.
No, they just start passing the ball and then people start writing, no?
That's what it was. They just show the Mexican versus Portugal and that's it.
That's what I remember, that they just start passing the ball around and then...
But there's no actual score at the end.
No, and then
Okay.
and then people start writing. That's what I remember the episode
Okay.
like. I obviously haven't seen this episode like in
Me, I haven't either.
like
I
in
just
20
know of
years,
this.
but
Yeah.
I've seen a clip of it. Like not now. I'm not gonna say it right now, but maybe a couple years ago I saw a clip of it, and I don't
Yeah.
remember them having a score
So-
other than 0-0.
in saying that Mexico's done their best when it's been hosted in Mexico. Mexico's current team right now doesn't give that illusion
No, it doesn't.
that we could reach that level.
No. We're getting kicked out.
But let's pretend, let's pray, man. Because I don't. Let me ask you this question. Just say yes or no. All right. Don't think about it. Don't give me any reason.
Okay.
I'll start with you because you're
Okay.
the least person involved in this conversation. Mexico wins the World Cup in your lifetime, yes or no?
No.
Mexico wins the World Cup in your lifetime, yes or no?
No.
ask me.
I hope they do. I hope they do.
Does Mexico win a World Cup in your lifetime?
No.
It's sad.
It's sad.
It's a sad reality.
It's sad.
If Mexico wins a World Cup in my lifetime,
You're on your deathbed.
I will have to live like at least 70, 80 years, and it would be towards the end of my life.
Yeah.
I mean, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, because they have to change so much in the structure of Mexican soccer
Yep.
So
that
much.
it would take 10, 20 years for it to affect it. You know, because like right now, Mexico. Well, I don't want to bore people with how soccer talk, but it's there was this when I was growing up. There was only 5 foreign players allowed in the Mexican soccer team.
Still is.
They kept moving up, and it got to a point where it was even 10 Mexican players that could play, foreign players.
Yeah.
That means there was a lot of teams that were only putting in one Mexican player. Like, how are we gonna
Grow.
like, they put it down to 9. Chivas is the only team that plays with all Mexicans.
Not anymore.
But out of the other 17 teams, that means we're only required to have 34 players that are Mexicans.
Yeah.
How are you gonna put a team together when you only have 34 professional soccer players? You know, it's not. So this happened like in 2010, 2011. I right away saw it and I'm like, we're not gonna feel the effects of it till like in 2021, 2022, and now we're starting to see the effects of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I told you earlier, we can't find a better left defender than this guy. We can't find a good right defender. Why? Because we don't have any right defenders or any left defenders playing in Mexico. They're all foreigners. You know what I'm saying? Like, now it's showing the effects. So if Mexico reverses that, if they play like now, we got to play with mostly Mexicans. We're not going to feel the effects of it till 2035, 2036. So that's what I'm saying. If Mexico does win the World Cup and they start implementing good decisions for Mexican soccer, we won't feel the effects of it for 20, 30 years.
See, I would say the opposite. So that would be an argument that you can use against all the other leagues, right? Because you could say the same thing about Spanish league, the English league, all those leagues, right? The majority of their best players are not from that country, right? Obviously, they're playing in better leagues, so even like there's the players that are not playing in like starting, they're still in better leagues, right? But I think what hurts in Mexico the most is that Mexico wants stupid money for their young players. And young players can make more money in Mexico playing than they can at higher level teams.
No, yeah, of course.
Right?
Yeah, of course.
So there's greed. There's greed
of course,
in the federation, and there's greed amongst the players, which makes sense because I mean you have a small window to play soccer. So should I stay in Mexico and play, this level, but I can, make sure my family's well off at the end, or do I go to Europe and possibly get to that point where I can make some money, or just get the bare minimum at the European level?
There's a lot of problems with different soccer. I would say one is that Mexican wages and to detriment of the national team, Mexican wages are good.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like Brazil and Argentina and Uruguay where they're not making any money. So even if a European team offers them very little, they're still making more. In Mexico, most players that leave Mexico are taking a pay cut.
Sorry. You smell that? I'm getting with fucking McDonald's right now, dude. It hit me hard right now, dude.
Is that an ad? Is that an ad, Ramon?
Dude, it hit me fucking hard.
That's an ad right now.
Sorry,
dude.
I didn't mean to interrupt, but
No.
It says on check. Hey,
me don't pinche putazo right now, dude, in the face, dude. I took a haymaker, dude. I was like, all right, sorry.
No, not only are Mexican players taking a pay cut when they leave to Europe, but also Mexican players, and this is most of soccer. This is not like the NBA or like the NFL where they have free agencies and shit like that. Most of these players are owned by teams. In Mexico, they don't allow free agents, as a matter of fact. It's called Pacto de Caballeros, which is like, they can't enforce it legally, but the teams have un Pacto de Caballeros, they call it. They have a pact that is like, if your player becomes a free agent and he doesn't sign with you again, so you could sell him, none of us will ever hire him again. It actually happened to a soccer player that passed away, like Antonio de Nigris. He could never play in Mexico again.
The Nigris died?
Antonio, the older one.
Oh, not the Nigris from like...
I mean, they were both.
Aldo de Nigris.
Aldo de Nigris was the one you probably remember the most. Antonio de Nigris was older. He also played in the national team. But once he didn't want to sign back with his team, he never played in Mexico again. So his last 6-7 years of his career, he had to keep finding teams around the world to play. He played in Colombia, he played in Brazil, he played in Japan, he played a bunch of countries because he could never get back because he didn't want to re-sign with Monterrey, which is the team that. So they have that. So it's the team that owns them. So some players are willing to take the pay cut to go to Europe.
Yeah.
But if the team is not willing to offer the team, if the European team is not willing to offer the Mexican team a decent amount of money, the Mexican team would just reject the offer.
Yeah.
So that we have that working against the Mexican players
sure,
to go to
for
Europe
sure.
for sure. And so that's a lot of things that are
Sure.
wrong. The Mexican soccer has to change in order if they want to prioritize for us to ever have a chance of winning the World Cup. You know,
The only way of changing that is you got all the old heads that are in that federation. Or
Not even the old heads.
Even the
It's-
ownership. No, I'm saying
It's the
it's
ownership.
just what's the norm. So you got to get
Yeah.
new blood in there.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's kind of hard to transfer
it's
ownership to
It's like
new blood.
there's a team in La Liga who just got promotion.
Yeah.
Real
Oviedo.
Oviedo, yeah.
Talking about, yeah.
It's a Mexican owned team.
Okay.
Majority.
It's not a Mexican owned team.
Majority.
It's the team that the guys, they're Argentinian actually, but they own Pachuca and they own León. They're famous for owning.
They're not Mexican owners?
No, they're not Mexican, but they've been in Mexico for like 20, 30 years. So they're part of Mexican soccer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
but they own Pachuca, they own León, and they own Real Oviedo too.
okay.
Yeah.
Right. So that's a gateway.
And then his name is Jesus Martinez. Actually, he's the main owner, and everyone is like, this is, even though he's Argentinian, everyone is like, this is the guy that's doing the most for Mexican soccer than anybody else. Because his team Pachuca, you know, they play with like 10 players that are under 20 or under 22. That they play with young players. They play with a lot of Mexican players. They do a lot
One
of
of the
good.
players is getting scouted right now, right?
Huh?
One of their players is getting scouted right now
Yeah.
to possibly go to PSV.
Oh shit.
I'm not sure to where they're going, but they're getting scouted. Yeah. And he's Pachuca has in the last 10 years they sold HH, they sold Pizarro, they sold Chucky Lozano. So like they create young Mexican talent. So they've done a lot of good for Mexican soccer.
Yeah. Which brings us back to
But yeah, no, I don't think if Mexico doesn't make those necessary changes now or within the next 5 years, I don't think Mexico will ever win a World Cup in our lifetime.
Isn't that sad?
It's sad. It's sad because Mexico's a big country. It's a populous country.
It's a huge country, man, and we're known for soccer. At least when it comes to the United States.
Yeah.
People go like, "Oh, Mexican players," you know what I'm saying? But man, it's just so sad because I can't have, and I don't think they will. And I'm saying this, I don't think United States will beat us to the World Cup.
No.
But
Because they have their own problems.
I can't have that either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I can't have United States beat us to the World Cup. I am Team USA when it comes to basketball,
Yeah.
Hockey,
swimming,
flag football,
fucking flag football,
women NBA.
women NBA, dude.
Yeah.
I'm Team USA. But when it comes to fucking soccer, dude, I would never, ever, ever root for Team USA, dude. It's emboldened in my body. I see that team play. I want them to lose to Jamaica. I want them to lose to Dominican Republic. I want them to lose to every single fucking team, dude. I cannot root for that team.
No, I can't. I mean,
whatsoever.
If it's the same way either. Like I don't want USA to win the World Cup before us, obviously.
Never.
And but the reason I don't think USA will win a World Cup is because the general public doesn't care.
Yeah.
And you have countries like Argentina, Brazil, France, Spain, England, Germany, Italy, where
That's religion.
Yeah.
the media
Yeah.
cares. The media is actually
What would you
pressuring
say?
and pressuring and pressuring and pressuring. Like in
No,
Mexico.
that's what they have.
Like in Mexico. In the United States, like the USA loses a game.
Nobody
People care about the main sport here is the NFL. And then you could say basketball and the MLB afterwards, I mean, people put hockey up there, but I would say that's definitely the fourth.
Yeah.
People don't care. People, if USA doesn't win a game, they don't care. But in Brazil or Argentina,
in death threats.
the people could even riot over.
Would you say though that this current team that United States has is their most talented team?
Man, I don't know if they're most talented team.
Most players in Europe?
I think definitely most players in Europe. But I think that 2002 team that made it to the quarterfinals was really talented too. It's just those players weren't. They weren't. I think it's easier to leave Europe nowadays than it was at that time.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that 2002 team was really talented. With Donovan, with with
MC.
Reina. Yeah, all those guys were really super talented too. They just maybe they didn't have the profile that these players are all in Europe. But
How far did they get?
Quarterfinals, bro.
Quarterfinals, yeah, they won
Quarterfinals.
today.
And,
Yeah,
and that game against Germany that they lost in the quarterfinals, it was a really tough game, dude.
Yeah.
I'm talking, it was like literally like 1-0, and it was like the USA had their chances and stuff like that, and USA had eliminated Mexico the game before, and they not only that, but in the group stage they eliminated Portugal, and they beat Portugal, and then they and the group was the favorites were Portugal and Poland to make it to the next round, and USA and Korea made it to the next round. So that was crazy because the two teams that weren't expected to make it made it out of the group stage and shit.
Yeah.
They ended up in the quarterfinals too in 2014, no? USA? But they lost against Belgium?
No, that was the round 16.
Round 16, yeah.
Oh,
It was the round 16, yeah. They lost against Belgium in the...
Yeah.
I think it was in overtime, right? It was,
It was overtime. It was overtime.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was,
I was cheering.
yeah.
Red, white, and blue, dude.
Shut up, dude.
They had the chances too versus Belgium.
Yeah,
No, yeah, they did have the chance.
They had a lot of chances.
No, and Belgium had a really talented team at that time, too.
Yeah.
It was 2014, 2018. They had their team.
Belgium is the most disappointing team within the last 8 years because they had all the talent.
They had really good
I
players.
had Belgium winning the last World Cup. I had Belgium as one of my dark horses.
You know what? I'll tell you this. Tata Martino, he was coach of Mexico, and he said this once, and I agree with him. In a sense, he's like, I've been watching soccer since the 1978 World Cup, and the big teams have always been the big teams. Brazil has always been big. Argentina has always been big. Italy has always been big. Germany has always been big. Uruguay, the Netherlands, England, France. He's like, the only team that I've seen in the last 40 years become a big team has been Spain. So that I think that gives you a dimension of how hard it is to go from a average team to becoming a big team. I think Belgium, even though they had the talent,
All the talent.
they were never a big team. So it's so difficult to just become a big team.
It is. I mean,
I mean, even if they did have that golden generation, the Hazard brothers and Kevin De Bruyne and
Lukaku.
and then
Everybody.
Courtois,
I mean, they had everybody.
There was a golden generation, but
Yeah.
in 2014 they lost against a big team, it was Argentina.
Yeah.
Remember? And then 2018 against France, another big team. You know, like they are a talented team, but when they face the big teams, it's crazy how we always say this team is growing, this team is doing this, but it's always the same people that win the World Cup. You know what I'm saying?
Is it coaching? What is it? Is it?
Nah,
is it
I mean,
tactics?
coaching is everything too.
I mean, it's a number of factors.
If you have talent, but if you can't put the chemistry together, then
It just like I said,
and I think that's the one thing that hurts Mexico, because we can't just like I understand. I want to be fair. I want to give all the players their time to play, right? But we have to lock in and be like, these are the fucking 11 players are gonna play, because we want to build that chemistry. Let's stop changing them every game. Stick to a lineup. Even if it doesn't work, stick to it. Stick to it, because at least time should build more chemistry.
Right.
But when you're changing the lineup every game, so right now, currently the Gold Cup is going on right now, right? We've had 3 different lineups when it comes to the up front in the last 3 games, right? Why?
I just think Aguirre's unsure who should be starter, so he's trying
but stick to one.
he's trying everyone
Stick
out.
to one and just let it happen. Let it happen. Yeah, you could do small changes throughout the game, but starting with 3 different lineups, at least when it comes to the up front, it's fucking crazy. We're not gonna build chemistry like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? 1 or 2 players can change it out. That's fine. But
Because I always said tactics are the same, right?
yeah,
Yeah, right.
counterattack. Mexico's counterattack. Counterattack. It's counterattack. Even if we have control of the ball, it's always counterattack. That's Mexican soccer.
The counterattack. That's.
I just think we're missing which could probably be Vega, but I think we're just missing the player that can put the through balls. I think we depend a lot on Raúl Jiménez's, especially in a Nations. Like I said, we depended a lot on just his magic, on whatever he came up with. You know.
Yeah.
Machín, I like Machín. He's big, he's tall, but Machin can't put through balls like that. Like, he's just not built for that. He's a tall guy. He's good in defense. He's big. He can defend and stuff like that. But Machin is just like, his passes are just to the side or to the back. To the side, to the back. He's not going to put the ball through, which I think someone like back in the days, like 10 years ago, like I was telling you earlier, Achache could do that. Or Guardado could have done that.
Mm-hmm.
And Machin just doesn't have that skill set.
For sure. Where do you see Mexico going to the next World Cup?
Next World Cup, I think,
Make out a group?
yeah, making that other group, yeah. I mean, we're going to be
16?
home. We're going to be home. I think 16 again.
Against Argentina?
I think 16 is the...
That's home?
Realistically, like the...
You don't think home
No,
field
I
advantage?
mean, realistically, let's say that the best teams in the world right now, like, just watching them play, I'm not saying the teams that achieve the most, but you have teams like Argentina, like France, like Spain, like Portugal. I think those are the 4 best teams in the world right now. When you see them play and you see Mexico play, these guys are on another level. Mexico's not top 4. The only way we will ever make it to a top 4 is if those teams have to eliminate each other in the previous round for some reason, right? Like, Argentina has to play Portugal in the quarterfinals or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, we're not at that level.
Yeah.
Even the quarterfinal seems a little, are we really better than Colombia? Are we really better than, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, than the Netherlands, than England, so I think that with the level that we have, that we're home, I think realistically round 16 again.
Yeah.
Hopefully we could, because of how court advantage that could take us
Yeah.
to the quarterfinals.
Who
But
makes
I doubt it.
Who makes it farther? United States, Mexico, or Canada?
Mexico.
Or do we all cut out at 16?
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like Canada has a really good team.
Canada's not bad.
But then the next game I see them and then, they lose against this other team. Because they beat Honduras the first game and then they lost against, Canada has a really good team. But I don't know if they're, like I said, it's different. It's the one thing having a good team. It's another thing becoming a great team during the World Cup with that pressure, But I don't know. I think they're all
Equally bad?
they're all in the equal, round of 16. One of the 3, I would say USA and Canada have more of a chance, but it could be Mexico. One of the 3 might make it to the quarterfinals.
You can put a letter grade. What are you putting on? On the 3 teams, what do you put a letter grade? When I say letter, it's either F, D, C.
No,
B,
well,
A.
in general soccer and
I think they're all C.
in world soccer, all C's, all
all
C's,
C's.
all C's.
Okay.
I mean, they're not. I mean, they're still top 25, 20 teams in the world, which is the world's like 200 countries. So it's still there.
I mean, don't say
but
much,
but they're
I
not.
don't think they say as much in soccer though.
Not anymore.
No,
Yeah.
but
Remember when Mexico was top 3? There was a moment.
I think there was like 4 in
our lifetime. In our lifetime.
in the
Was
FIFA rankings. But
2012, 2013.
I don't know what it
No,
was, but it was like they were like top 3 team. I was
no,
like,
I think they got to be number 4 right before the 2006 World Cup. They actually
we're talking about
got ranked number 4. I don't think they were ever number 4, but I do think there was a period where Mexico was top 10.
yeah.
I do think there was a period like we had that talent to be top 10. I don't think we're top 10 anymore. I think we're scratching top 20, but we might be like 21, 22 now. Like I feel like, but yeah, I think there was that period when Ricardo La Volpe had the team when Mexico was like top 10 easily.
Well, let me ask you this question. Mexico win the World Cup 2026. You cry?
I don't know if I will cry. I mean, definitely I will be happy, super happy. But I don't know.
Think about it, because prior to this moment, we had a conversation saying that Mexico's gonna win the World Cup in our lifetime.
I don't know if I'm a crier when I'm.
I get emotional, dude.
I will get emotional. Certainly emotional.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: when Mexico beat Germany in 2020,
Well, I know you guys.
it wasn't
it wasn't
crying.
just an emotion, but
it
still
was
a buildup of
You guys discarded this earlier when I told you about it, but the most proud that I've ever been in Mexico, the most happy I've been was when we won the Olympics. And
versus Brazil.
it was Brazil, and it was I don't remember crying, but I do remember being happy in a sense, like
Shut that down, dude.
You know. I went to sleep.
Like
I didn't think Mexico was gonna win.
Son, bitch.
like no, the game was early. I remember.
It was
I know
2-1, right?
it was earliest game, and I was like,
No.
sleep.
It was in the morning,
Yeah.
like 8 or 9 in the morning.
Yeah.
It was something like that. And I do remember being happy like when I lost my virginity, happy, like something like that, you know, like,
shit, dude.
like happy. Like I just remember being really happy. Like
I was scared when I lost my virginity, dude.
you were
I'm kidding.
afterwards when you scared now, but afterwards you were happy. Like I finally fucked. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I did it. I fucked. Everything I've been jacking off to this whole time. I finally did it. You know what I'm saying? Like no, I remember Mexico winning the Olympics, being one of like easily top 10 happiest moments of my life, easily.
Also, I mean, you got to think about it. It felt like like, all right, we're seeing something. The
Yeah,
investments
yeah.
have come into fruition. We're gonna see something. in
Wait,
the World
here's the
Cup.
problem with Mexico. Mexico has won things. That's the issue. That's the thing that I think that's the thing that hurts us the most. Because we've won the Confederations Cup, right? We've gotten close to winning Copa America. We won the gold in Olympics. We won sub-17 for the World
Twice.
Cup. You know, twice, right?
Yeah, twice.
And it's just like, it's a lot of like, I mean, that's the thing that has always been about Mexico. Sí se puede, right? Sí se puede.
No,
sí se
yeah,
puede,
it's
sí se
definitely
puede.
we've won enough, specifically, but now that generation's over.
Yeah.
We got to be honest with that. But that specific generation where we won the 17 with that Vela, Giovanni Dos Santos, Hector Moreno, Frank Juarez, and then we won 2011, and then we won 2012. There was specifically like we won the World Cup 2017, well, the U17, my bad, twice, and we won the Olympics with an under 23 team, with obviously with tres refuerzos, no way. Uribe, Carlos Salcido, and Corona. Like we have more expectations of that generation, and that generation was a generation that played the 2014 and 2018 World Cups.
Yeah.
But that's it. That it didn't make it farther than the previous generations.
Yeah.
You know, it didn't make it farther than the previous 7 World Cups. Yeah. Now that generation is done. I mean, Vela retired already. Giovanni retired already. Yeah. Hector Moreno, I don't know. I don't think he's retired, but he's not playing in the national team anymore. Chicharo should retire already. Right? Like that generation we thought that could do something is gone.
I know.
They're gone already. They passed. And we didn't get anything out of them. Like, we just got to the round of 16 like everyone else. And even in the last World Cup, we didn't even make it past the first round. You know?
Yeah. I mean, there's been a lot of, you know, as a Mexican, you know, there's always been a little bit of like, the world's been against us, especially when it comes to World Cup. There's multiple, especially with Argentina. We play Argentina, we're not going to make it out of anything because somehow
Messi's the fanboy, dude.
Those motherfuckers always get the benefit of doubt. And there's been so many moments within the World Cup history where we've gotten fucked because of Argentina. Not because they outplay us, but overall, like, I mean, I'm thinking about, I could just pinpoint right now the Carlos Tevez goal.
Yeah, it was offside.
I mean, you couldn't be more offside.
It was clear offside. Yeah, it was clear offside. Yeah.
And then what happens?
Allowed it.
Then they call
it. Then Mexico was playing better up to that point. Up to that point, we were playing better.
When Argentina played Mexico in the last World Cup, so many moments where I could have seen yellow cards, red cards go off, and yet nothing fucking happened. And like I said, man, like there's 2 teams I hate in soccer: USA and Argentina. I would never root for Argentina.
Netherlands. Where do you put Netherlands?
Nah, Robin is a outlier. I don't care about that. But Argentina and United States are my 2 most hated teams when it comes to the World Cup. I'll root for Jamaica. I'll root for Japan.
Yeah, Jamaica's making it to the next World Cup.
Yeah. I'll root for Japan. I'll root for fucking Netherlands. I'll root for England. I'll root for Spain.
Spain's.
Yeah, I started going into my 23andMe, and I'll go full España, dude. But when it comes to those 2 teams, United States and Argentina, I hate them. That's why I'm not a Messi guy. Messi, phenomenal player. One of the best ever.
Yeah. You shake his hand.
I'll fucking fanboy too, dude.
Nah, I'm not a fanboy of
I fucking fanboy of Messi, dude.
I don't consider myself a fanboy of Messi or Ronaldo, and I used to watch this show. It doesn't happen anymore, but I'm sure you heard of it. It's called Jorge Ramos y su banda. So the two main guys, it was a Uruguayan guy called Jorge Ramos and the other Argentinian
I think
guy.
you're talking about the guy from Univision.
It has the same name. It has the same name.
Yeah.
But it's a different guy.
Yeah.
They kind of indoctrinated me as to like, if you're not from that country, you shouldn't support a team from that country, which is really rare because everyone nowadays supports either Real Madrid or Barcelona or PSG or whatever. But they kind of indoctrinated me when I was young, so I never got to support either Real Madrid or Barcelona. You know, so the people that don't like Cristiano Ronaldo are because they're Barcelona fans, and the people that don't like Messi is because they're Real Madrid fans. You know what I'm saying? So I never, since they indoctrinated me early, the only team that I claim always is Necaxa. I always claim Necaxa, and I wear shirts like this, the Napoli, because Chucky Lozano is supposed to be a Chucky Lozano jersey, but the name probably peeled off already. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
sure.
I never supported them. So I think that helped me admire both Cristiano and Messi. I like both of them. I think they're both great players, and I mean, I think what they did was historic. They came in at the right time when soccer was getting global. They had the perfect story: Barcelona against Real Madrid, Cristiano against Messi, Guardiola against Mourinho. You know, it was like everything came in. But I just think Messi's a lot better than Cristiano. Like, he was just more a better player. I think Cristiano, he's so determined that being less skillful than Messi, he was able to work hard enough to keep up with Messi statistically. And maybe even surpass him a few years, you know? Like, maybe this year he scored more goals. Maybe next year he got, Ballon d'Or instead of Messi. So I definitely give a lot of credit to Cristiano Ronaldo. But I just think Messi was a different player. He's just
I mean, obviously, everybody to each their own. Right? I mean,
he was just...
I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest.
It's like I told you, the saying says, Cristiano is the best human soccer player, but Messi's just an alien, dude. Like, there's just no comparison to me.
Like, I'll be honest. What's the word I'm looking for? Do I have a bias? 100%.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't, like I said, to what he was saying, an Argentinian player.
Basura.
I can't. I'm sorry, man. I just
Cheboludo,
cabrón. You know what I'm saying? Like, Argentinians overall, worse Latinos, right? In many ways, because they don't like anybody else. Right. They have a superior complex.
Right? Well, that's one of their stereotypes. For sure.
Yeah,
for sure. That's one of their stereotypes. For sure.
Most stereotypes are true, right?
So that.
So Argentinians always had a hierarchy when it comes to Latinos. They think they're the most European based, which is already an issue amongst all Latinos, right? That the whiter Latino, the better Latino, right? That's always been a thing, right? Yeah. People look like you two guys and they hate you guys, right? Damn, based on brown.
Motherfuckers darker than me, dude.
I know.
I hate this guy, dude. I hate
Who's
this
darker?
guy.
Who's darker?
Well, to be fair, I did play soccer on Sunday, so I'm burned. But
see, there's already a little bit of that shit.
But he's darker than me. I think he's darker than me.
I'm darker than you, dude.
I think you're normal. I think in my normal color, you're darker than me. Yeah. Right now I'm burned. But yeah.
But that's the issue itself, right? Because most Mexicans, we go into this fucking theory where it's like the darker the Mexican, the worse the Mexican. Which is crazy.
I mean, I don't buy into that.
I know you're talking around.
But yeah.
Some people are. Some people like fall into like, ay, blanquito, right? Everybody's like, ay, es que mi hijo tiene blanquito, ojos azules, blah, blah, blah. It's like, shut up. We're not, Mexicans are not blue eyes, white skin, dude. We're brown. We're brown and we look like that guy and that guy. All right, dude? And it looked like me too, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's, but that's always been the thing, right? The Argentinians, they're the Italians of Latino culture.
Okay.
Right? And
you don't like Italians either? That's what you're saying? You don't like Italians either? That's what you're saying?
Dude, I like pizza and that's it, man. No, I'm kidding. No, pero the Guidos of Latin America.
Somebody's getting whacked tonight. The episode comes out.
Yeah. But no, like, don't get me wrong. I love Argentinian women, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Pero no, like I said, I can't root for Argentina. They done Mexico wrong too many times in the World Cup. They talk the most shit out of all the Latino countries.
But they back it up.
The problem is the problem is they are pretty good. They are pretty good soccer players. But I lost the train of thought. I don't even know why I'm going down this road. What were we talking about?
We were saying.
I'm biased.
Yeah.
You're
but
biased.
I mean, I like Messi. I think Messi's a phenomenal player. I think he's one of the best of all time. Am I biased? 100% sure. You know, I'm a Ronaldo guy.
Right.
You know, if you ask me who do I want to be, I want to be Ronaldo. I don't want to be Messi. I already know what it feels to be 5'7". let me get that 6'2". Let me get that 6'2" status, right, dude? I want to see what that feels like. I want to look down at people, not look up. You know
I can't believe Ronaldo's 6'2", man. I
think he's lying. I think he's
No,
like
no,
6 foot. I think he's 6 foot.
See how he jumps? He has the
No,
height.
No.
I
His
never
jump,
said he doesn't jump.
No, his jump is.
Ain't no 5'6" guys jumping that high, dude.
I'm not saying he's 5'6", bro.
No,
I'm
his-
saying he might be just 6 foot.
Yeah, his
Nah,
jump
oh.
is phenomenal. Of course,
Maybe
he has a
6'1".
phenomenal jump. Yeah,
It's funny. It's funny you give yourself an inch, but you taking an inch away from fucking.
I'm just saying.
he's taking away. He's
in
taking.
Yeah,
He's,
sports,
Gamal.
they lie a lot.
Gamal's 5'11" and a half.
No, I'm not.
I've-
No, I'm
we-
not.
we've measured.
No.
We've measured.
No, that's a lie.
We've
That's a
measured. We've
goddamn
measured.
lie.
We've measured
He's
Gamal's
my
height.
goddamn
he's-
ruler right now, dude.
he's
I'll get
5'11"
tape
and
ruler?
3
Bring it
quarters.
right now, dude. I'm 6 foot, dude.
Do you want to get
I'm
tape ruler?
6. Bring it out. Yeah,
We're not
bring
gonna
it
cut.
out.
We're not gonna cut this out.
That's fine. That's fine. Bring it out.
All right, I'm bringing it
not
out. I'm bringing it out.
5'11",
All right,
dude.
because I'm
Get
tired
the
of
hell
shit.
out of here, dude. Get the hell out of here.
go.
5'11"?
When
You
I'm,
must be. Nah, you must be out of your fucking mind, dude.
5'11".
Nah, dude, you must be out of your fucking mind, dude.
He's gonna have to
This
change his
guy.
Facebook dating profile, bro.
Yeah.
He's gonna get like 50% less matches.
Yeah, I know. Nah, I'm done. I'm done. Hold up. All right. We gotta do it on the floor. Yeah. Not here. It's already out. I wish there was somewhere just recording.
So this measurement is like Cristiano Ronaldo height. Can you jump? Can you jump like Cristiano?
Nowhere near, dude.
A what?
I'm on it. I'm on it right now. Grab it.
Okay, Gamal raising his chest like that's gonna help out.
No.
Measure his titties too. I want to say 34D. What do So how tall was he?
You can sit down. You can sit down. Just sit down. Sit down,
Where
please.
we at? Where we at?
Sit down. This guy is. I'm afraid to say this.
What?
5'10" and a half. I'm kidding. I'm getting at least from this shitty has
Shitty?
tape measure. I got 63 and a half.
6'3.5"?
No way, Ramon. That's off. That's off. That's off.
That's what I got.
That's off. Let me see the tape ruler. There's no way 6'3", dude.
Maybe
63 and a half.
No, well maybe it's
63 and a half is 6 feet and a half. 6 feet and 1.5. 6 1.5. Sorry.
Oh, 6'1". Okay, 6'1.5".
Yeah.
Let's take away a half. Let's say 6'1".
That's what I was getting.
Yeah.
6'1".
6'1".
Shit,
There
dude.
you go. There you
Pretty
go.
tall.
Pretty tall, dude. Pretty tall, you know.
So I'll have to bring back 6'2", dude. Let's go, brother.
This guy grew. Still growing in his old age. Incredible,
Thank you,
dude.
man. Thank you. All right, so we can squash
Chicago
that. Right,
is
dude. Live on the podcast. Squashed.
It's squash.
I'm going to say
Debunked.
6'1". I'm going to say
Debunked.
6'1".
I'm claiming 6 1 and a half. Dude. I measured it right now, dude.
Because there's more gravity in Rockford, bro. So you
That's what it
shrink.
was. That's what it was.
And Chicago is
Elevation stronger.
yeah, it's like the moon and shit. You go bounce around.
Magnetic field, you know? That's all it be. What measure you, dude? What measure you right now, dude?
Nah, I'm good. I already know my height.
God damn, dude. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
man.
so I'm about his height. That's what I'm saying. He's probably around the same height, but
No, I think he's
they
taller.
just-
I think he's taller. I think
yeah.
he's taller.
All right, screw it.
I'm sorry.
Dap him up.
Sorry.
What's up, brother?
Don't come at my Ronaldo there, right, dude? It's my boy right there, dude.
I fuck with Ronaldo a bit more than Messi.
Yeah.
He did it with 3 teams, dude.
That's what I'm
Did
saying.
it with
dude.
4 teams?
That's
4
what I'm
teams, yeah. No, 5 teams because Porto, right?
No. It's the Sporting.
Sporting. I'm sorry.
He plays
Sporting.
Sporting Lisboa. What are you talking about? He did with 4 teams.
Well, he did it with United.
Uh-huh.
Well, he won the league. Is what you're saying?
No, I'm saying he killed in the English Premier League.
Yeah. No.
He killed in the Spanish
Spanish.
league.
And he killed it.
He killed in Juventus.
I don't know if he killed in Juventus.
He killed in Juventus.
I don't know if he killed it because they had won like 7 championships before him, and then they won
But
one,
still-
and
but still,
then they started losing.
He came and
don't
he was still able to score. I mean, end of the day,
We're talking about just off of his performance. alone.
criticize him
if
for
he
what he
killed it in
is. He's a
Juventus.
striker.
He did well in Juventus. I don't think he killed it in Juventus. He definitely did His prime was
20 goals is killing it, dude. In any league.
His prime was in Real Madrid.
For sure.
For sure. But his years in Manchester United was still top level.
Yeah.
Because didn't he start off as a midfielder, right? At Manchester?
Left winger.
Always left winger.
Like a winger, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He
Right?
Was,
He was left winger, right? No?
Yeah. I mean, but Messi never left because that was his home.
Yeah.
He left till the end to hit disagreements with the owner. But in France, he won the French league. I mean,
Yeah, but that's the weakest league.
Huh?
That's the weakest league.
It's not not the weakest league.
Oh, I mean, compared to what?
It's not as
It goes English, Spanish. I would go German, Italian, French.
Yeah, French is the fifth league. Yeah, for sure, it's the
fifth.
fifth league.
Yeah, I mean, otherwise is what Ajax is.
The Netherlands, Dutch league.
Yeah, Netherlands, yeah.
Eredivisie?
Yeah.
No, the French league is the fifth best league. Yeah, I'll agree to that.
But the more physical you said is England, right? The most
I think
physical?
if you can kill in England, you can kill in any league.
But don't see. I would disagree with that just because England is definitely way more physical.
Yeah.
No, but talent wise, there's been a bunch of talented players that were better everywhere else, but in England they didn't make it. But they were still players. Like for example, Diego Forlan didn't make it in England.
Forlan.
And Diego Forlan,
yeah. Forlan might be more of a.
And Sebastián Verón either, La Brujita. Yeah. Like those are players that are just talented, but they didn't have their game didn't involve running as much, so they couldn't make it in England. But when Diego Forlan went to the World Cup, he eliminated team after team, and he was the best player of the World Cup. You know what I'm saying? Like,
put some goals. He put some
free kicks.
Free kicks.
Yeah. So it was I do think the English league is the best league, and I do think it's the most physical league. But just because you can't make it in England doesn't mean you're not a doesn't mean you're not a great player.
I think if you can make it there, you can make it in other leagues. Because I mean, you look at like for example, like Luis Suarez. Luis Suarez killed in Liverpool.
He killed in
Went
Liverpool.
to Spain, killed it. You got Ronaldo killed in Manchester United. Went to Spain, killed it. Who else? Gareth Bale. I mean Modric. Modric again killed it with Tottenham. Went over to Real Madrid, killed it. Gareth Bale, I think he
Gareth Bale did good in Real Madrid too.
He did good in
the
Madrid.
problem is that people expected more of him.
Yeah.
But he did well in Real Madrid.
Yeah.
For what they played him, because they didn't want to play him that much for a while.
Beckham.
Now Beckham did well. I mean, he did well.
Beckham did, yeah, but
He
it was
did
just again maybe more higher expectations than what he could do. And I think did you see the documentary with his?
I have not seen this documentary.
It was good. It's good because it kind of blamed the wife a little bit. And I'm like, all right, I can go with that.
Because Beckham, tell a little bit about Beckham's story. Because he started with Manchester, right, and then went to Real Madrid.
He was part of the youngsters. He was part of Paul Scholes,
Okay.
Ryan Giggs,
Okay.
David Beckham, Gary Neville, Phil Neville. They were the young kids that won the triple. So they won the Premier League,
Okay.
the FA Cup, and Champions League all within the
Under
same year.
Ferguson, yeah.
Under Ferguson,
okay.
yeah.
This
A
was,
bunch of kids that won it.
this was in 1999,
Yeah.
if I'm mistaken.
1999.
Yeah.
No, what David Beckham was known for more than anything was his precision and free kicks. But not only just
And passing,
scoring, but also like putting the ball right where he was very precise.
Yeah.
He had a very strong kick. Outside of that, he was an average player. But he was famous because he was good looking and he was married to the Spice Girl. But he was good with the ball. Like I said, if Beckham needed to put the ball 30 yards exactly in someone's foot,
In the box.
he could do it. He was just really good at that.
Yeah.
I think, but yeah, and that's what he did in Real Madrid too. When he went there, that's what he continued doing. He just, if people don't know about soccer and they just hear the name Beckham because he was famous. I mean, he had that movie Bend It Like Beckham and stuff like
Beckham,
that.
yeah.
People would think he was the best player of his time. No, he was never the best player of his time. He was just a really good player that happened to be famous in his time.
The media played a huge part in it.
Yeah, of course, yeah. I mean, and he was still a great player. He was just there was better players in his time. But yeah, that side that won, it was like he said, it was Paul Scholes, Gary Neville,
Phil Neville,
Dave Beckham. There you go,
Ryan Giggs. Yeah.
Ryan Giggs, and I forgot his name.
Yeah. I mean, and then I think fucking
It was a black guy from one of the islands here.
right.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And then there was what's the Irish guy? The one that was really mean.
Keane?
Keane, yeah, Keane. Right?
Yeah, there was definitely
Keane,
a
right?
Keane there.
Yeah. I mean, overall, great player. I mean, I think I could talk soccer all day, man. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of it. I mean, the number one thing I want people to get out of this podcast is that
My boy's knowledgeable on soccer, dude.
It's a soccer podcast.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I mean, you could.
yeah,
be
that
successful.
I'm trying to get a 50-minute spot on my boy's soccer team over here. dude.
Yeah.
And what did he say? He said I'm probably one of the top 3 athletes on the team. Can't get playing time.
No, I mean,
Can't get playing time, dude.
the soccer spot is this is
Break it down, dude. Break it down to us.
we honestly we have a lot of players as it is. So
But they don't show up on time.
That's
but still we have like 18, 19 players, bro, for a Sunday league. Like like look,
it's hot out, bro. Got something.
we won the championship in the winter,
Damn.
and we want to win the championship again right now.
You as coach?
I'm coach, yeah.
Oh,
Miss
shit,
coach,
dude.
Miss
Hey,
coach.
how
That's what I'm saying. What do you think I'm talking
Holy
about?
shit.
But right now, the most important thing for me is like for everyone to play in the playoffs. Yeah, you know who the best 11 are gonna play, and the other ones are just gonna be there in case someone gets tired.
Right. Or hurt.
Right now, so I just feel like we have too many players. If not, I would have brought you in for sure. But we have too many players as it is right now.
Yeah.
You know,
Hey,
somebody right
put
now,
me on
dude.
the bench.
Huh?
Put me on the bench, dude.
we have so many players as it is, and yeah, that's the problem. And the problem is it's not only that; it's not like the team is good. Like I just said, we just want to say the players are good. So I can't bring like someone that's not.
That hasn't really shown himself.
Yeah, exactly. That's not good, and just be like, what the fuck are you bringing these people? You know what I'm saying? Like, cause there's this kid that played with us. Not a kid, obviously. It's a team over 30, right?
Yeah.
So they're not kids anymore. But there's this guy who played with us the last 2 years who is super quick, jumps super high, really energetic like that. But his soccer is bad, and like I feel bad for him because he's really the most athletic player in the team. But he has to be benched because he's just not as good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't know how to pass the ball well. He doesn't know how to. I'm not saying he doesn't know how to pass the ball, not as well as the others. You know, he doesn't know how to. He doesn't have that control of ball
Yeah.
like the others. You know, he unfortunately he didn't come back this season.
Damn.
He played with us the last 2 summers, and but he didn't ask to come back. But I think he didn't ask to come back was because he was riding the bench the whole season last season. You know, so he probably didn't. Why am I gonna go to play 10 minutes, 15 minutes? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's a competitive team in that sense. Like there's a lot of good players.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You know what I'm getting from this?
Yeah. Hey, don't ask.
I gotta join the opposite team.
yeah, go ahead.
I
Yeah.
gotta join the opposite team and then play against them and be like, you guys could have had this.
No, when we have like in the like our main forward, I'm not gonna like lie, but he's like 32, 33 right now.
Yeah.
But when he was 24, 25, he was making his living off soccer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he was literally they were
What
paying
league? What league?
all the leagues in Chicago. They were literally paying him money to play soccer, and he was paying his rent just playing soccer.
Oh shit.
And there's in that league, there's some ex-professionals. I'm not gonna say they were great professionals, but there's some players that like the team we beat 2 weeks ago. The defender, he used to play for Monterrey, and he played for Necaxa too. And you know what I'm saying? Like there's players there that are good, you know, and there's in the winter there was a couple players in the team that lost at the end. Like 2 of them played professional soccer in Mexico. You know what I'm saying? Like these are not bums that you're gonna play.
I know,
against.
but you know what, dude?
These are good players.
The athlete in me, dude.
Yeah, no, and
I
there's a
wanna.
competitor
I want to. I just like I look. I'm gonna be honest, bro.
15 minutes.
I'm gonna be honest. Am I even consider myself as good as they are? No, of course not, man. Those are professionals, people who played in the highest levels of soccer, right? I'm nowhere near around there. I just want to see what it feels like.
No, dude. I mean, like I said,
You know what I'm saying?
Not on my team.
Like, no, it's not on my team. It's just that right now I feel like I can't bring another player because
Don't bring me in right now.
because there's too many players now.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. You say a lot of people don't make it on time. doesn't matter if he plays 15 minutes and no one's there.
Like, but then is he gonna be okay with just playing the first 10, 15 minutes and then getting out? And you know what I'm saying?
What if I'm killing those fucking 10, 15 minutes?
Well, then we will have to see that.
Ahí está,
We will have to see that.
Hey, como dice Bud Light, ya se armó, dude.
We will have to see that you're killing the first 10, 15 minutes, and plus we already have a base of like
Who comes in later?
no, I want to say so the team to begin with is a team. These players, like the base, I would say the 7, 8 players, all their parents, like mine, are all from the same town in Mexico.
Yeah.
So we've been knowing each other for 30 years, literally playing together.
What town Mexico is this?
Since my town's called Coacoyula, it's in Guerrero.
Oh. Okay.
And that's what the team is called.
Oh, so
Coacoyula.
that's what it is. You guys have something against GTO Mexico.
So we have a lot of players that we've been knowing each other.
Flaquitos.
So we already have like a base of 6, 7, 8 players that. Yeah. We already have a base of players. So if we're gonna bring somebody in, it's like, you know, like this is the base. This is the players that are gonna play. This are the, you know what I'm saying. So it's, I don't know. It's just difficult for me to bring someone new just like that. Like,
hey, the coach can't vouch for his friend.
I never seen you play. How can I vouch for you if I've never seen you play?
You watching me based on spirit, bro.
One thing is, like, I know you as a person. I could vouch for you as a human being.
Not even a friend, dude. Not even a friend.
But I can't vouch for you as a soccer player because I've never seen you play.
Yeah.
You know, I can vouch for you as a human being. Yeah, he's a good guy.
What
can I say? That he's a good player? No, I can say like guy is fit. Can he play soccer? Can he actually touch the ball? Can he actually move around to the right spot? I don't know that about you.
Well, here, let's say this much. Can you go like, you know what? Let's bring him. He's gonna crack some jokes. It's gonna be funny. he's a good guy to have on bench.
Okay,
High fives, all time best. Yeah. You know, get him at the ref. Beat your ref.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You got me all day, dude. You got me all day.
Can't just ride the bench.
No, and then we got a very good right defender right now, so I don't. That's why
put me on left. Fuck, dude.
I also don't think you will fit in just because we got.
No,
like I say, we like right now the main issue.
He just wants a jersey, bro.
The main issue. I just
want a jersey, bro. That's what I want.
The main issue is that we got a full team. That's the main
full
issue.
team?
Like if we were missing players, like if we were missing like shit, like we don't got them. But nah, we like the beginning of the season. Maybe we'd have a lot of players, but now we got like 18, 19 players. It's ridiculous because everyone wants to play. And, you know, this is not professional soccer where people are cool with being in the bench all game. You know, people take time from their Sundays, from their families to go play. So everyone has to play.
Hey, guess who doesn't have a family?
So an extra player would be just less time for everyone. So it would be a bigger hassle. And then, like, I don't even know if you're actually good or not. You know what I'm saying? So I don't. Like I can't take you to a team like that.
I can't take serious, man.
You know what it is, man? What league are you playing? Name the league right now.
I have no idea what the league is called. I think it's called La Liga Fantástica. I don't know.
La Liga what?
Fantástica.
What?
The Fantastic Four, bro.
Liga Fantástica?
Yeah, I think that's the name of the league. I'm not.
Liga Fantástica.
10, 12, 14.
There's a bunch of divisions and stuff like that. You know, the division we play in is over 30. But there's over 40. There's like 2 open leagues, and they got like.
You know what? I'm gonna join this league. I'm gonna find a team. Find a team who's willing to take a shot at a young boke like me.
You could, bro. You could. You go to the game,
and then I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna show up to that game, dude. You're gonna be like, wait a minute, don't I know that guy?
Hey, you gonna stop his forward?
And I'm gonna score.
Oh, dang. Okay.
No, just the fact that you haven't played in so many years. it lets me know that I don't. You know, like these players have been playing every weekend for the past 20 years of their life.
Let's say this much. Because you stated this before the podcast started. You think you're better than me?
Yes, I think I'm better than you.
Oh shit!
Confident.
There wasn't even hesitation.
Like
you think in a game you outplay me?
In a
game, what type of game, bro?
Like in the scrimmage, if you play in the opposite team against me, I think I would be able to. You would not be able to dribble me, and I would be able to dribble you a few times. Yeah, I think so.
That is crazy, dude. That is crazy. All right, dude. All right, cool.
I mean, I've gotten to play with like some of the best Latino players in the city and the surrounding areas. I think I could take on you.
This
very careful what he says. Very careful what he says.
Yeah. Careful what you wish on.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Obviously, I'm not. I'm not the player that I was when I was 19, 20, 21.
We're talking about now. That's what I'm saying. We're talking about right now.
But of course.
Yeah.
No.
How old are you?
Me? I'm 36.
All right, so you got a couple years on me, right?
Yeah, I mean, if it was like like I'm not saying if we play for the same team, maybe because of your physical endurance, you could probably after I tire it out 15, 20 minutes after that, you could probably have a better game than me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But isn't that what matters?
But yeah,
Isn't that what matters?
but no, if we play
The guy who plays good.
if we
90
play against each other,
minutes?
like, and I had to guard you and you had to guard me, yeah, no, I would win most duels. Yeah,
My boy confident, dude.
yeah, no, because I'm not bad. You like,
No, I don't think you're bad.
Like I said, no, and I played against other comedians that like I said, like they thought they played in college and they were like, oh yeah, and
Smoking.
yeah, like I mean, because you gotta understand that I came up in the time where we literally were playing soccer 5 days a week. You know what I'm saying? With these same guys that I play with, a couple of them at least, they lived in right there in the same neighborhood, same house. Like we were playing every day of the week, like. And the kids like in the suburbs that play college or whatever, they might be physically better than me, but they never play for fun. They played, their parents took them to practice every Tuesday and Thursday, then they had to play on the weekend, and that's it. And then for fun, they play basketball, and for fun, they play baseball. We had to go to practice Tuesdays and Thursdays, but you know what? Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays after school, we were out there with the soccer ball. Like, we did this for fun. We loved the sport. So, yeah, no. So, yeah, there's a difference, I think, in culture when it comes to
Well, I only play for
soccer.
fun too.
The fact that you haven't played in so many years tells me that you're part of that culture.
It's like 15 years, dude.
Yeah. No,
No, it's only
I
18 years.
Hey, I had to grow up, man. Right?
this is the truth.
I had to give up the fantasy, right?
I'm gonna tell you. I always tell people that I
Yeah,
quit
go ahead.
playing soccer in 2011.
Yeah.
But since I quit playing soccer in 2011, that's when I consider that I quit playing soccer. I played a season in 2012. I played a season in 2014. I played a season in 2015. I played a season in 2017. I played a season in 2021. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even that I feel like I quit 14 years ago, I still played like 7 seasons after that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you actually quit 15 years without playing. I don't think I've met anybody, none of my friends quit more than a year. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just
No. Look. I'm being honest, man. I'm being honest.
Yeah, like, no.
Everything you're saying is factual.
Yeah.
Everything you're saying is factual, dude. I'm not denying that whatsoever. But I have an ego.
No. I mean, if you
Gotta feed it.
Most great athletes.
Yeah.
Most stars.
like I said, if you want once when we play scrimmage, because we in the winter we used to play scrimmage on Thursdays. Once when we get something like that going on, like, hey, we're gonna
invite
play.
me?
Like, I'll invite you to that.
Thanks.
To see
Oscar, that's all I wanted, man.
to see what you can do.
I just want to play those scrimmage.
so you
bro.
can see what you can do too.
Yeah, I just want to play those scrimmage.
That we have.
My boy got to blow out the
I have
cobwebs and the cleats. dude.
actually one of my guys is he was a Marine, dude. He was, and he used to play soccer with us when we were little. Hey, but he was always bad. He was never a good soccer player, right?
Yeah.
But then he became a Marine, and he was like you. He was like, man, physically fit. Like, to get in the Marines, you have to run, I don't know,
Yeah.
7-minute mile at most or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And then he was like, he's like, I want to play soccer again, you know. And at this point, this is maybe like 7-8 years ago. We're already like 29, 30, whatever. And but we all remember that he was bad when he was little. Like, how good could he have gotten? So we took him to play once, like, just to play. And, he was still super bad.
You built the story up and you just brought it back down. Dude.
Like, he was still super bad. And, like, we never didn't want to tell him, like, you can't quit to the team. But he himself realized it, like, nah, I'm not good enough to play with these guys. And he just never showed up after that again.
Damn.
But he thought in his mind, he was like, you know what? I was bad when I was little, but now I'm physically good. But it's not only about being physically good.
Yeah.
You have to have some.
Do you guys practice?
We don't anymore. Like I said, we
We're too good. We're too good.
No, it's just people don't practice no more. Dude. It's like little kids practice. You know what I'm saying?
We're talking about practice?
So what we so our games were Sundays, but we used to play Thursdays just for fun. So
Yeah.
we rent a gym. It's like $110, like $10 each, and then just recreationally play.
This is like a legit game, right? This is not like indoor soccer, right? You're talking about?
Well,
what are you talking about
the
right now?
winter is indoor.
But we're like ran out.
Right now, it's outdoor.
Full field, 11
Yeah,
players.
full field
Ref.
referees.
Okay.
League, you pay for the, you pay for
Ulusa?
Yeah, no. This is
Lord of the Rings.
yeah, it's a league. It's a league. Dude, it's
It
a league.
begins.
But there's so many leagues going on right now in Chicago. I'm sure you can find a team with it.
You know, dude, that's what we're doing, man. We're gonna find your team, dude. We're gonna find your goddamn team, dude.
But yeah, what we used to do is we used to play on Sundays in indoor, but then Thursdays we would run the gym out and just play for fun. So I will coach on Sundays, but on Thursdays if I didn't have a show, I would just go and play too. And but yeah, so like if we do something like that, I could definitely invite you to one of those. And yeah, and you could and you could test yourself out.
Baby steps.
Yeah, and you could test yourself out. You could see how good you think you are.
Let me play a little bit of defense, right? And you know, a couple slide tackles, couple side tackles, a couple fights.
A couple red cards. Yes,
couple red cards. You know what I'm saying?
No, when you play scrimmage, you know, there's no records. It's just
damn.
Because you're not trying to hurt anybody. You're
I'm trying to hurt.
You're playing for.
I'm trying to get him off the team.
You probably get your ass beat then. Yeah. GAMMAL'S gonna have to jump in there.
Oh shit, dude.
Bunch
of 5'5" motherfuckers.
GAMMAL with 6'1.5", right? Have to jump in there. Yeah.
Hey man, if I say, hey, teach me how to coach, man, you teach me how to coach. Is that more like doable? Is that more?
What's easier to do? Get GAMMAL as an assistant coach or get me as a right back?
Well, the more easier to do. Probably I'm an assistant coach.
Okay.
Because I'm still gonna put the team together in strategy. I'll just have GAMMAL as my motivational speaker or something.
I'll clean up your board, clipboard, dude.
Get him excited. GAMMAL, get him excited.
GAMMAL supplies the oranges. And the what is it? Capri Suns.
Yeah, exactly. GAMMAL, get him excited. I put the players in.
What's the strategy? How do you like playing, dude?
Well, look. It's not how I like playing.
Park the bus?
It's the so what we play is a 4-4-2.
Ooh,
because
okay.
I think that's the only.
That's like little kid shit, bro.
That's
give me a 4-3-3.
That's the only formation you can play without having to practice. Obviously, my favorite one would be like a 5-3-2.
5-3-2.
Yeah, but I think you have to practice that kind of stuff, and we don't practice, so it's just like everyone knows what to do. You know, the left.
Why 5-3-2?
It's
like very defensive.
No, it's actually I think it's more offensive, but because there's usually two forwards. So when you do a 4-2-2, you have to have the one that doesn't guard anybody, the last man. So what you do is one of the forwards gets guarded by the center one, and the other one you have to make one of the guys from the side come back to the middle because they have to guard the other one. So then you only have one player on the sides. If you play 5-3-2, then you have two in the middle that are gonna guard those two, and your two sides are still open to go up and down. So that's why I think that one's better. But it's if you don't practice it, I don't think you could carry it out.
Right.
And yeah, and 2 forwards, 3 midfielders. That would be my perfect one if I could actually train the team at least twice a week with that one, and then. But no, I think without training, you could only do a 4-4-2. Because those are the ones that are, 2 on the side, 2 in the middle, in the midfield, 2 in the middle, 2 on the side, and 2 forwards. That's what I think, at least. I don't know.
Okay. I'm going off of my FIFA knowledge, right, dude? I was saying, I go with 4-3-3 all day, dude. Attack. We're attacking.
Yeah, I mean, 4-3-3.
All I know right now is I'm barely trying to get into scrimmage.
I'm already coaching here, dude.
All right. And GAMMAL already got assistant coach. Son of a bitch, dude.
Motivate him.
Gotcha, man.
I just need you to keep it
Échale ganas.
Pinche ref.
Hijos la chingada.
Well, I mean, hopefully one day I can scrimmage with you guys, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That for sure.
Let me scrimmage.
Next time we have a scrimmage, I'll definitely invite you.
And what if you look back, you're like, I should have had him starting. We could have gone to the finals, dude.
Damn.
You know what
I mean,
I'm a little Sergio Ramos.
The possibilities of that are very slim. If it turns out that you're like somehow a super really good player, you will be playing right now.
So you said about his comedy, dude.
Super good.
I'm talking about a bunch of 30-years-olds, dude. I'm not talking about
super good players. Don't take 15 years off, dude. No, they play all the time.
But talent, dude. Talent overcomes, dude. Look, I'll say this much. And I'll say this. I die on this fucking sword right now, dude. Condition-wise, better than everybody. All right? Speed, I think I have speed amongst at least 90% of your team right now, dude.
Okay.
I tell them I was the fastest guy.
He's a fast motherfucker.
I'm saying was. I don't know anymore. Yeah.
That dude was running off 4.6, dude.
All right, dude.
4.6.
Speed, I got all day. jump, I'm a jumping bean, dude. Right? You used to call me the jumping bean in high school, dude. My vertical was outstanding, dude. Right, dude? And heart,
Biggest one.
biggest one, dude. You got the biggest heart, dude. I love you right now, dude. Right, dude? That's how
I don't know, man.
That's how big my heart is, dude. Right, dude?
I don't
Technique,
know.
garbage. Right?
Yeah. Two can't dribble.
All right.
Can't do anything, dude.
Do I kick with the front toes? 100%, dude. But let me play this.
My fucking toes are like this right now, dude.
No,
Oh, yeah, like the league, this right now, it's better than in the winter because in the winter there was a couple of weak teams. Right now, all the teams are strong from from the games we've played so far.
what's the record right now?
Right now, we're like, I think we're like 3 wins, 1 draw, and 2 losses. I think that's where we're at right now. We might be 4 wins. I don't remember how many games we played already. But in the winter, we play like, I want to say like 17, 18 games. We only lost 2, and we tied like 2, and we won like the other 12. We ended up in first place. Right now, I don't think we're in first place. And every team we face has, even though we've won, they've been tough. All the teams have been tough, yeah. And in the winter, there was a few games where we were winning.
How often do you see fights?
Fights, like real fight, like actual fight, rarely.
Where?
There's always
A lot of shoving?
Scuffles,
Yeah.
a little shoving,
Yeah.
a little, you know.
Tu madre,
Hey,
no,
you
tuya.
gotta calm this guy down, bro, because he wants to fight. You know what I'm saying? But fights like a real fight where teams go at it, they're very rare. They're very rare. But there is like, I want to say, not every game, but at least every other game, some type of little scuffle, some type of little.
Do you ever remind people that it's just for fun?
You know what?
Like, it doesn't matter. I never understood trying to get a fight at a recreational sport.
It
It doesn't matter.
It does not matter. But then again, none of this matters, right? I mean,
It matters professionally. It matters professionally.
If you look at it, that's it. No, I mean,
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if this is Sunday league
I mean,
with a couple Modelos in the fucking cooler, dude.
this is what I always say. This is my philosophy about soccer.
Go ahead.
And amateur soccer is if you lose and you're not mad, I don't want you on my team. You know, so I get the passion that soccer brings. Of course, I'm with you in the sense that I think fights are stupid.
Yeah.
Because it is just a recreational Sunday league where we go to have we go to exercise and have fun and chill with your friends. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
we end up playing for like an hour and a half, and then we end up chilling for like 2 hours. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
and not only that, people bring their families and stuff like that. So they should think of things like that. But in the moment when the game is heated, I kind of get it.
In the moment.
Like, yeah, you're heated. This guy hits you, or you're losing, and this guy fouls you in a bad way. I kind of get that. I understand that heat of the moment thing. And if you're not taking it seriously, then like I said, I don't want you on my team. Like obviously, I don't want people to fight. But I do want you to be like, I do want you to not want to lose, you know?
Yeah.
I do want you to be losing 2-1 and be mad and be trying to make that next goal, you know? I do want that. Like, not just be like, well, it's just a Sunday league. No, like, I want you to care when you lose. Because this winter was the first season that I was a coach. But last summer, I was actually coach during the last, like, 3-4 games. And we lost in I think, the quarterfinals. And that shit bothered me for like a week. Like, it was like literally like it was like the number one thing in my life for like a week. Like,
Oh, really?
I was so pissed off because I felt like I could have done more as a coach. Like,
Yeah.
I
Like
mean,
what could you done? What could you done?
there was these couple of players that I put in because we were winning that I should not put in. I should have just been, but they have been with us the whole season. They have played okay during the season, and I was like, we're winning 2-0. Let's put them in. I should have just left them in the bench and just played with just the starters the whole game. And then eventually they tied us and they beat us 3-2.
Damn.
And it was like,
Coach, you suck.
so it's not like I suck. So it was this one player. I was like, if I had not put him in and we would have lost, they would have blamed me for not putting him in. But since I put him in and we lost, they blamed me for putting him in. But it would have been a a no-win situation if we had lost. You know, they would have just been like, "Oh, it's your fault for putting him in, or your fault." And this other player that I put in, the same thing, because there was two of them. Like, if I had not put him in and we would have lost, they would have been like, "So you didn't put this guy in." But after I put him in, they would have been like, "You should have put that other guy in." And then there was this one player where I literally just put in for like 2-3 minutes while some guy got some rest, and he got super mad. And then if we would have won, they would have been like, "You did the right thing, you know. You just gave the other guy some rest. But since we lost, I did the wrong thing. You should just left them in or whatever, you know." So it's so that bothered me for like 5-6 days. Like, literally, I was sad for like 5-6 days. Like, I fucked up, you know. But that's just the way it goes, you know.
Yeah, no, I see, man. I see. I mean,
So when you guys win, it's the players. When you guys lose, it's the coach.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's not only that. It's that, yeah, when we lose, the coach did everything wrong. And it's not only when we lose or we win. When you don't play, the coach is fucking up.
Yeah.
But when you're playing, the coach is doing a good job, you know? Yeah, and but yeah, at the end of the day, I think, like I said, we don't practice with the team. So at the end of the day, it's really the players are the ones that win and lose the games. We just try to put the players in the best position that we think they could play in.
for sure.
At the time.
Sure. No, I mean, I think, you know, like anything else in the world, soccer's hard. You know what I mean? Coaching it, playing it, you know, whatever the case is difficult.
Refereeing is worse, right?
Yeah.
Get chased by motherfuckers, right?
You know, I
First chased
mean,
by 22 players.
I mean, even scouting great talent is hard. You know what I'm saying?
I've seen refs get hit and stuff like that, bro. Yeah, dude, it happens.
God damn.
But no, thank you for coming back on the podcast, bro. I mean, it's been a long time coming.
Refreshing.
You know,
We
Oscar.
made a soccer podcast now, yeah.
I know it's basically a soccer podcast. It's basically a soccer podcast. I think we should do a podcast for the World Cup, dude.
For the World Cup, maybe.
We're here.
Maybe,
We're not traveling.
maybe,
It's too
right?
expensive.
Are you trying to go to a game? We'll end on this. Are you trying to go to a game?
I don't know if I'll go to a game,
At least camp out.
but I definitely want to go to like I think Cincinnati has like a game.
Yeah.
I would definitely like to be around that.
Okay.
Because-
outside the stadium.
Because you know they have a FIFA zone and shit.
Yeah,
like that,
yeah.
You know? So definitely, yeah. Like, I don't know if I could afford a game, honestly. Hopefully, if I'm doing
an
it,
actual game? No, I don't think anyone.
Yeah, I mean,
can unless you're saving up money now or 2 years.
yeah,
ago.
exactly. So I don't know if I could, but I would definitely like to go to like outside the stadium and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Be-
I
be-
think
I'm trying to
too.
at least go to a Mexico one. Ideally, Monterrey.
hopefully, it's 'cause the
Monterrey
thing
would
is
be
that
amazing to go to.
It's a lot of money, and not only is it a lot of money, it's like in Mexico. Hopefully, they don't do that for the World Cup. FIFA has more control of it, but like, because I remember I was gonna be in Mexico City. Maybe I want to say 5 years ago, 6 years ago. There was a final, America Cruz Azul, and it was like I literally logged in the website like the minute that the tickets came out, and they were sold out.
Because the bots.
They were sold out. So it was difficult to get like and then I had a cousin there who in his company they were giving away tickets. He's like some type of engineer in Mexico. So he's like, they gave us tickets. So I was like, sell them to me. And then at the beginning, I guess he didn't know what they were worth. So he's like, yeah, give me like $70 for, because I wanted to take a girl, I remember at that time. So I wanted to. So he's like, $70 for each, $140. I'm like, that's a fucking steal.
Yeah.
For a fucking final, Cruz Azul America, right? So I'm like, yeah, dude. Like, for sure, I'll send you the money right now. And then like an hour later, he backed off. He's like, nah, I found someone else to buy him or some shit like that. Damn. I'm assuming somebody offered him. Somebody told him, like, this is worth more than $70.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, so I have no idea how much at the end. And then at the end, like, the tickets that I was looking at were, like, over $1,000.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to pay $1,000 to
Yeah,
watch El America. You know what I'm saying? And then for the girl, too, that's like $2,000 for that shit. And the only reason I was going to buy him was because I happened to just be going to Mexico, like, the day before or something like that. So I'm like, I'm going to be in Mexico. Might as well watch the game, you know? Like, because I'm not a Cruz Azul fan or America fan.
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah, it was. So I think it's gonna be something like that in the World Cup. You know?
For sure. I mean, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. I mean,
Like,
getting tickets is gonna be hard.
Cause one of my buddies gone. He's gone to. He went to Russia and Qatar. and he says that like you gotta apply to FIFA, but you gotta put in like a deposit, and then you just randomly get selected.
Yeah, which I don't like that because if I buy a ticket, I want to go see Mexico.
Yeah. So
that's the only team I care to go see.
So the way it works, he says, is like you get randomly selected. So there's a bunch of people that get selected for the Mexico game that are not Mexicans. Mm-hmm. So what people do is they start selling the tickets, and then you sell the ones that you already have, and that's kind of how it goes.
But it's dumb, right?
Yeah,
I mean, wouldn't it should be the way they do it here in the States? Whereas like you buy the tickets to the game, they're gonna be stupid prices, right? But at least let me pay what I want to go see.
Yeah,
I don't want to go through different avenues to figure out how to get to the right seating or all that bullshit. Like, no, let me just. If it's $5,000, it's $5,000. It is what it is.
Yeah. So I don't think I will have enough to go to the real game. But yeah, like they're definitely gonna do FIFA zones like they've been doing the last World Cups, where like they get like a whole area is just part of the FIFA. I would definitely like to chill there. Like,
yeah.
I think the closest place are gonna have games in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
So I probably go when there's a game out there.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Other than that, probably be here.
Watch on TV.
Yeah, watching on TV. Definitely taking the whole month off.
Yeah, for sure. That's a World Cup. You take a couple of days off from work.
Yeah.
At least for the Mexico games.
Yeah.
At least for that. But Oscar, thank you for coming, man. Thank you for being.
I don't know. I don't know how interesting soccer is to your audience.
I don't know either, man.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's interesting to us, right?
Yeah.
So I enjoyed the conversation. Gamal,
I enjoyed.
Gamal enjoyed it. It was fucking short.
Yeah. Next time I'll give you guys all the dirt on comedy, man.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
I'll tell you who's fucking who did who wrong.
Maybe one day we'll be part of that story.
Yeah.
Who did who wrong.
But tell the people where they can find you, man. You're
on Instagram and TikTok, Oscar Got Jokes.
Ooh, TikTok too. Okay.
Oscar Carvajal Comedy in YouTube. Yeah.
And tell them what the last two specials you have.
Yeah, I have a special that I recorded last year called You Ain't Kidding Me. That's on YouTube. And I have an album that I recorded in 2019 called Mexican Born, Chicago Raised. I got a bunch of shows in July. Check out my Instagram. I always post them there. In my stories, at least. I'm looking forward to July, man. I got like 3 shows that I'm really excited about.
Good.
And then like 2 other ones.
Yeah. And I'll say it once and I'll say it twice. Oscar, one of the best, especially when it comes to Mexico. I mean, comic in general. Yeah. Great comic that we have in City. So if you guys have an opportunity to go see him, make sure you guys go check him out. He's been part of Demon Hour Comedy in the past. He'll be part of Demon Hour Comedy in the future. So definitely check him out. Follow him on all the links. And who knows, man? Maybe he has some new things coming up soon. Maybe a little bit more social media heavy.
Cool.
You know, you never know. This guy might be the next Ralph Barbosa. Barbosa. My primo, man. You know that's my primo, right?
Is that?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Ramon Padilla Barbosa. From Dallas. We're related, dude.
Your third cousin's your great
Third
grandfather.
cousin, fourth cousin.
We were talking about earlier, yeah.
He took all the talent though. That's
Nah, yeah.
But come on, tell the people they can find us.
Guys, we're on YouTube. Of course, Demon Hour Comedy's on there. Our old episodes for the podcast. Make yourself a drink. Come watch the episodes with us. We're on every podcast station possible. iHeartRadio, Podbean,
Who has their eyes
Spotify.
more closed, you or Gamal right now? Look at his eyes. Look how close they are.
No, I'm
Ah, damn! You guys don't open eyes. You guys give up. You guys give up mid podcast, dude. Open your eyes, dude. There you go. open your eyes. Dude. You're behind me right now. There you go.
All right, we're at every podcast station
Close
possible.
them again. You close them again. Open your eyes.
Hey man, let me close up. Damn, let me do my part. Right?
No, open your eyes. Open your eyes.
Let me
Let's
do
do
part.
this.
Okay. iHeartRadio, Podbean, Spotify.
You didn't do anything. Open your eyes. Okay, yeah. There you go. There you go.
iHeartRadio,
You're closing again. You're closing.
Podbean, Spotify. We're in every podcast station possible. Guys, listen to us, follow us, and of course, you guys can follow me on TikTok, Gamal Diaz. Is that better?
Why are your eyes so closed?
I'm tired, dude. I'm tired.
Chinga.
I had to wake up early, dude.
Yeah, I woke up earlier than you.
No, you
Dude.
don't.
I woke up at 6 in the morning. What time do you wake up? Piece of shit over here. Dude. Okay, works 12 hours. I mean, 12 hours. Works 6 hours. Gets tired.
Hey, who's in that, dude?
Guys, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. This is Daily Insomnia. Sign off.
Peace out, y'all.
Hey guys, Ramon from Daily Insomnia. Thank you for watching our video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button right here. Watch our mixology videos up here. And if you want to see our latest episode, it's right here. Like always, guys, this is Daily Insomnia. Sign off.